Slash Plus is our rowdiest EMTB. Its 170 millimeters of high pivot suspension gives you incredible grip and control on the most brutal trails, while the TQ HPR50 motor gives you a quiet, natural feeling boost that makes climbs more fun. The award-winning HPR50's magic feeling comes from the TQ's harmonic pin ring drive transmission. Most motors use gears and belts that take up space and can break or make noise. The unique design of the HPR50 gives you a smooth and quiet power that feels more like a push than a shove. The sound from the motor isn't just lower volume than other e-bikes, it's also a less noticeable tone. It's so quiet, you'll forget it's there. The 580 watt-hour battery is smaller and lighter than most EMTB batteries, but since the HPR50 motor is so efficient, you'll still get plenty of range. Most riders can go 2 to 4 hours on one charge, but if that's not enough, Slash Plus works with TQ's 160 watt-hour range extender. The smaller motor and battery makes Slash Plus lighter than most other long travel e-bikes. That makes it handle more like a regular bike, so you don't have to adjust your riding style to muscle around a heavier bike. The integrated display is out of the way, but easy to see. The discrete remote lets you adjust the assist between 3 levels or engage walk mode. Connect to the Trek Central app for custom motor tuning, activity tracking, over-the-air updates, and more. Slash Plus is made for sending it steep and deep, so it comes with a 29-inch wheel up front for smashing over stuff on the trail and a smaller 27.5-inch wheel out back so it's easier to whip around. The super slack head tube angle gives you unshakable confidence to huck into step downs and near vertical descents. Combine that with a 170 millimeter fork and this beast comes alive when the brakes come off. Want to go even slacker? Or how about a little steeper for quicker handling? The optional angle adjust headset cups make it easy to adjust your geometry for how and where you ride. Slash Plus has the same high pivot suspension design as award-winning Slash. That means that as the rear suspension compresses, the rear axle moves rearward in the same direction as the force from bumps rather than against it like a bike with a more traditional vertical axle path. Meanwhile, our patented active braking pivot keeps the suspension from stiffening up when you're on the brakes. On the trail, high pivot ABP rides like a magic carpet with tons of grip and plenty of momentum. Learn more about high pivot suspension in our Slash suspension video. Just because Slash Plus has a motor doesn't mean we ignored pedaling efficiency. The carefully tuned anti-squat and leverage rate combined with the oversized idler pulley makes it easier to pedal than other high pivot bikes. More efficient pedaling means more range and less energy spent on climbs. The leverage rate is tuned for most riders running air shocks, but it's also adjustable. Flip the chip in the lower shock mount for a more progressive leverage rate. This mode works great for matching the linear springs on coil shocks. It's also great for heavier riders or more aggressive riders looking for a little more mid-stroke support and bottom-out resistance. The last thing you want at descent smashing speeds is a distraction, so Slash Plus has some nice touches that minimize worry and noise. The chainstay guard not only protects the frame, but it's also shaped to keep the chain from whipping around, which means way less noise. The dual density down tube guards protect your paint and absorb impacts. Under the paint, there's an extra line of defense with integrated carbon armor. It's an impact-resistant film that gives Slash extra protection where it's needed most. There's also a new chain guide that fully captures the chain, keeping it extra secure when the trail gets sketchy, and of course, guided internal cable routing. All of these features keep your bike protected and your ride blissfully quiet. If you like the sound of the TQ HPR50 system, but want a bike with more balanced all-around handling, check out the 140mm Travel Fuel EXE. If you're looking for a high-powered EMTB experience with tons of torque and a huge battery for powering up the most ambitious climbs on the grandest adventures, take a look at our classic EMTB's Rail and Powerfly. But if you're a thrill seeker who's in it for the adrenaline rush, Slash Plus's kick-ass blend of power, travel, and agility will help you squeeze every last drop of fun out of your ride.